Okay, hi there YouTube, and welcome to my lesson about teaching you what ratio is and how you can use them to work out problems. So ratio is just comparing two numbers so that the distance between, or is the distance between them, not literally the distance, but the factoring between them remains the same. And what I mean is, say you have a toy car and a real car, and the ratio between the size to the big car to the small car is 1 to 10. You often see this in plastic models. It means that every 10 centimeters of a real car, the smaller car is 1 centimeters to the small car. So if you had 2 centimeters of small car, that would represent 20 centimeters of a real car. So it's all about equivalence, or is in proportion. Yeah, that's the word. It keeps things in proportions. So we can use this to work things out. So we can write it down as a fraction, so 1 to 10. And if we wanted to work something out, say for example we had 500 centimeters of real car, we just work out how we got there. So we're keeping the fraction equivalent, so we have to do the same amount. So in order to work out how much we have multiplied the original fraction by, we divide. So we do 5. Can you see that? Yep, we do 500 divided by 10 equals 50. Well, that's obviously common sense. We have multiplied the small car by 50 to get the real car. So we multiply this by 50. So you can, if we write this down as a ratio, we can see that it's the same. So we can see here's a small car and here's the real car. So if a real car was 500 centimeters long, the toy car would be 50 centimeters long. And let me do another example. So say you had some money, £40. This will split up between Jake and John at a ratio of 3 to 5. So this means every £3 Jake gets, John will receive £5. So what we have to do is we have to get a fraction. So we have to work out how much of a percentage Jake gets compared to John. So we can multiply this by. So if we add these two together, we will get a total of 8. So Jake's will be 8, and John's will be 5. So now, if we multiply this by 40 times by 3 over 8, 40 times by 3 over, no, not 3 over 2, 3 over 8, we'll see that Jake gets £15. And if we just modify this slightly to get John's, we'll put, sorry, it's quite difficult doing a calculator and filming at the same time. Let's say it's 5, we get £25. And now we can see these two add up. So when finding a ratio of a number, we have to find the fraction of a ratio. So we find out the fraction by first finding out the total number. So the total number in this case was 8, because the ratio is 3 to 5, we added them up. And then Jake's share of the 8 was 3, and John's share was 5. And that multiplied by a common amount, that multiplied by the 40 gave us the answer for each one. However, if we're just doing ratios, whereas we're getting equivalent, we're keeping things in proportion, we simply have to multiply each side by the equivalent amount. So in this we had 10 to 500, we multiplied by 50, and 1 to 50, we multiplied by 50. We multiply each side by the same amount. I hope this video helped you expand your knowledge of ratios. If this helps, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel and like this video if you could. And if you had any comments or improvements, or even if you really appreciated it, leave me a message and I'll be sure to get back to you. Just general feedback would really help me improve my channel. Thanks for watching and goodbye.